Hey, welcome once again to Math Addict. Today we're going to be going over trig unit circle. Alright, let's go full screen. Today I'm going to be going over how to figure out all the values of the trig circle without memorizing them. So it's pretty simple. First thing, we'll learn the basics. Alright, so let's say we have a right triangle here. It's supposed to be a right triangle, and this is our theta. The value that will be here, the length of that will be equal to sine theta, and the length of this will be equal to cos theta. Okay, if that's the case, if that was you could even think of it that as y and that as x. All right, and we know the basic, which is sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse, which is this is the opposite side, hypotenuse, and this is adjacent side, and cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse side, and tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent, which is the same thing as saying sine theta over cos theta. Okay, now these are the basic things that you need to know when we go into the unit circle and the whole thing as trig. Alright, and if you know this on a unit circle is always going to be 1, right? The radius on the unit circle is always going to be 1. So if you take a triangle from unit circle, it's going to be 1. So if you use the theorem where a squared plus b squared equals c squared, in this case a squared and a and b are cos theta and sine theta. So sine theta square theta, right, plus cos square theta should equal 1 square, right? Which is the same thing as saying 1. So that's our first identity, and that's where it comes from. Okay, now let's look at our circle. We have a circle like this, right? And as I said, our radius of this circle is 1. So like from here to here, that's 1. Okay, that's our unit circle. And usually when we go look at degrees, it goes up to 360 degrees, right? That's the same thing as saying 2 pi. Once you know 2 pi is equal to 360, you can figure out the whole circle without ever having to know any of the angles before, right? And here's I'm going to show you how. So if the whole thing is 2 pi, right, starting from 0, and this whole thing is 2 pi, what is half of that? Half of that would just be pi, right? If this is 2 pi, so 0 to halfway is pi. It makes sense. What is half of pi then? Which is right here. It's pi by 2. Simple, right? And that's our first 90 degrees. Now if you can just go by 90 degrees. So we have first pi by 2, 2 pi by 2, 3 pi by 2, right? Right, and we've got all our 90-degree angles. Like, you don't have to look at any books to figure this out. It's simple. All right. So what's half of 90 degrees? It's 45 degrees, right? So in this case, what's half of pi by 2? It's pi by 4, right? You divide that by 2, you get pi by 4. Pi by 4. All right. Now, if you want to fill out the rest, you can just go by pi by 4s. So 45 plus 45 equals 90, right? So pi by 4, 2 pi by 4 just pi by 2. This one's just going to be, let's do this so it's easier. This one's going to be 3 pi by 4. This one's going to be 4 pi by 4. This one's going to be 5 pi by 4. 6 pi by 4. 7 pi by 4. Okay? There's also another angle that you could introduce here, right? What happens when you divide 90 by 3? You get 30-degree angles, right? So this is draw our 30-degree angles, right? And 30 times 2, you get 60-degree angles as well, right? Let's just draw that and draw that. So a 90 divided by 3 is 30, right? What happens when you divide pi by 2 by 3? You get pi by 6. It's simple, right? All right. So pi by 6. Now you go by pi by 6. So this will be 2 pi by 6, right? 60. Which will be pi by 3. And this one will be 2 pi by 3, right? And this is pi by 6, so 5 pi by 6. And this is 6 pi by 6, right? And then this one's going to be 7 pi by 6. 8 pi by 6 is 4 pi by 3, right? And we got 5 pi by 3, and then 11 pi by 6. Simple, right? Now, why did I say this thing mattered? Why did I say these values mattered? Why did I go over that? Well, it's simple. Now I'm going to show you how that matters, right? It's to figure out, in trigonometry, you're going to get questions like this. You're going to get questions like, what is sine of pi by 2 equal to, right? What is that equal to? You don't know. There's no way of knowing unless you go through this. Remember what I said? Treat sine theta value as y. So if this was x and y, treat that as y, and treat cos theta values as x. Right? So in this case, if this is radius is always 1, what is cos theta going to be here? It's going to be 1, right? And sine theta, since it's at origin, it's going to be 0, right, at this point. And if you look at here, it's going to be 0 and 1. If you look at here, it's going to be -1, right? Cos theta is -1, and sine theta is still 0 here, right? And here, you're going to get 0 and -1. Sine theta is -1 there. Okay? But how do you figure out these angles are? For this, you have to remember two triangles, two right-hand triangles. One is pi by 4 one, where the sides are equal, right? And another one is pi by 6, where this one has to be pi by 3, right? And when this is a right angle. So pi by 3, this one's root 3, 2, and 1. Alright? If you know these two triangles, you can figure out any questions. Alright, so let's say we're given a question where, let's find out what sine theta of 4 pi by 3 is equal to. Alright? All we have to do is, since it's a pi by 3 angle, you look at this. Sine theta is opposite over hypotenuse. So we know it's going to be root 3 over 2. Right? One more thing you have to make sure is, would it be negative or positive? Since 4 pi by 3 is here, and sine value is going to be negative because it's going downwards, right? Treat of it as y. If this is x and y, treat of it as y, right? So it's going to be a negative value here. So it's going to be negative root 3 over 2. Okay? And it's as simple as it. As long as you know this and these two triangles and the basics such as this, what is sine theta, what is cos theta, what is tan theta, you can figure all this out just by extrapolating. You don't have to know this. You don't have to know it. As long as you know these, you can figure this out. And I hope this helped, guys. And if you do please subscribe and leave a comment. If you have any topics that you want me to go over, I'll leave that in the comments. Thank you.